In April of 2018, I spent my April vacation in Tanzania, Africa, with 12 other Oyster River students. This is that story.
I think leaving for a new country, rarely you feel like, wow, this is gonna go great, like nothing's gonna go wrong, like we're gonna be fine. So I've definitely been feeling some nerves.
I think just being in a culture that's so totally different from our own might just be shocking at first, but I think it'll be pretty, I'll definitely get integrated after a while.
I think bringing a group of kids to a very different place with very different people is always an exciting endeavor. I was slightly petrified because I'd never been there before. So it's hard to bring a group of people somewhere where you have never been.
No, I'm a Chinese citizen in U.S. traveling to Tanzania, and I might get into trouble for that because I don't know how it's going to work.
Okay, so that's where the visa trouble's coming in?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm expecting for Rubo to be detained at the visa office in Tanzania. No, I'm expecting us to learn to appreciate what we have in our lives more.
After about 50 games of Crazy Eights and a full day's worth of plain food, we arrived in Arusha, Tanzania.
Are you tired? Yes. I'm tired and sweaty and greasy. Great combination. But I'm glad that I'm clean. How do you feel?
Hot. Look at this. I'm not dressed right.
After arriving at camp to a delicious meal and comforting hosts, we went to bed eager for our first day.
It's the first day. How are you feeling?
Good. Tired.
How was dinner last night?
It was so good.
I'm excited for breakfast.
I'm so pumped.
It's off to a good day. Yeah, starting off to be a good day.
Yeah, we got hot
Go
chocolate.
with it. Yes.
We got tea. Feeling pretty good. How'd we sleep last night, Haley?
We didn't.
Yeah, exactly.
Another 2-hour bus ride left us in rural Longido, Tanzania, the town where we would be doing service, learning about the culture, and living for the next 10 days.
Are we ready for breakfasting?
Yes!
Are we ready for breakfasting?
Yes!
Are we ready for breakfasting?
Yes!
Habari ya asubuhi? Habari ya asubuhi? Are we ready for breakfasting?
Yes!
We got there and we met our guides and our Maasai warriors. I was really excited that people were actually there to meet us because that was sort of the first test. And I think I felt instantly calm when I met people because I understood that we were going to be taken good care of. I mean, they were pretty well organized.
After we met our guides and were able to explore the area, we began my personal favorite part of the trip, service. Over the course of the week, we laid out rocks over the floor of 2 classrooms and then made cement to fill in the rest of the floor. We also dug a foundation for another set of classrooms.
One time, go.
This is really important because although 10 years of basic education is technically free in Tanzania, most parts of the country simply don't have the infrastructure to provide that. So a lot of students don't get the opportunity of being educated, although many of them, like the ones we visited at a local school, really want that opportunity. Aside from our work in the community, we were able to spend a full day on a safari in the Serengeti.
Going on the safari was really cool. We saw lots of cool animals that I've never seen before, like giraffes, zebras, lions, elephants, like everything. It was just very cool to see them, especially up close. Yeah, it was definitely an unreal experience.
It wasn't until the bus ride back that students, including myself, began to feel like something wasn't quite right. Okay, so everyone's panicking right now because Basically, like 7 people are really sick, and like I'm hearing people right now outside my tent being really sick. And honestly, this sucks a little bit, and we might have to go to the clinic. I'm feeling a lot better than I did, and I'm hoping that's gonna be the kind of slope I'm staying on. But a lot of people are getting worse. And honestly, that's like pretty scary.
So I wasn't one of the people who got sick, but I'd say about half the people there did. I guess it was it was a very long bus ride to the safari from our camp area, and it was on the way back. Something happened at the safari. I think it's still kind of unknown, but people just started dropping like flies. Like one person started puking, and another, and another, and then all of a sudden, like over half the bus was just puking and sick.
Even though the scariest part of the sickness passed really quickly, and the people there, including Mr. Zolli and his wife, were extremely helpful in making us feel safe, it was still pretty draining to be without your parents in a foreign country and have food poisoning.
I've seen food poisoning. I kind of had a very quick understanding of what was happening. Food poisoning is very clear. If you've seen it, it's pretty clear what it is. But it was an adventure, you know. I think that the kids kind of bonded to. I think it was probably one of the best bonding experiences because everyone kind of had to pitch in and help. And I just spent my night running from 10 to 10 and then going into meetings to decide what to do. And at no point was I concerned. I mean, it was not fun, but I was not concerned. I think our students roughed it out, and I think we missed minimal stuff.
It definitely created a big bonding experience for us because we were all kind of there together, like not really like caring, because we were, I don't know, in that like vulnerable state. But
I think that getting sick just made it all that much more real. I don't think anyone would tell you that it was a negative experience. If anything, we got closer and it taught us more about caring for others.
I think the people we met in Tanzania across the board were just the happiest, kindest people. You know, I think that it's really interesting when you have a preconceived notion of a place, I think like everyone does, like Africa or Tanzania, like, whoa, what are we gonna get into? I think the fact that when you start going and talking with people, you start seeing a lot of commonality around people in general.
The second verse goes in. Hit me with your smooth waters, I'm going as a man.
it was a very life-changing experience. I'd say that's how it impacted my life because I never experienced anything like that before. It's a completely different culture that we got like immersed into and like immersed like firsthand, which I think was really cool. And definitely, I know we did lots of activities about like trying to make a change, like even just within our school about things like mental health and all of that. And then because of that, we definitely all came back wanting to like make some sort of change because we saw how different life can be somewhere completely different from us. So it really made us think. But yeah, overall, it was just like a life-changing experience.
And then the bridge goes.
My final thoughts, I think that Tanzania gave me a lot of perspective. It gave me a lot of perspective into the students that I work with. It also gave me a lot of perspectives into myself and just how fortunate we are in our society to have things at our fingertips that other cultures just couldn't dream of. It made me, I want to go back. I really want to kind of experience this with other students because I think it's a really good life-changing experience that makes you put things into perspective. And I just am grateful that we had the opportunity to do it. I think we had I think we were really lucky to have the group that we had to go with because I think we had a very diverse, Oyster River diverse, very open-minded worked well together. I think we meshed well.
And take me to your river. I wanna go. Nice.
Bye. Bye.
You're okay.